When you arrive, you're going to park your car, and then when you've got to the ketch rigger, you're going to leave it to your port and walk around the building and find our offices. So welcome to our new look office. When you come in, your boat paperwork will be all here, so pick up the one that for your boat, and then it'll have all the details inside. The office staff will still be here to help you through with anything. Your new look boat pack. So you're going to, having picked up your boat, it's going to have details of where the boat is located, the Marina Gate code and the Marina Wi-Fi code. There's going to be some details about the yacht here, along with what we would want you to do at the end of your charter. There's a useful information pack or sheet detailing some useful information that you might need during your charter. One of the really key things is our office hours number and the out of hours number, and also sea starts number. Then you've got the actual details of the boat and your handover paperwork. So when you go down to the boat, you just need to make a note of any scuffs or scratches that you can see on the outside of the yacht, and any notes that you have to do with the inside of the yacht, just mark on here. Once you're happy with that, a little signature. Run through the inventory on the boat. The red items are your safety stuff. Once you've been through this, and it does go on to 2 pages, ring the office and our fleet team will come down and talk you through from the pontoon anything else that you need to know. On the return of the charter, make sure that you're here an hour, 90 minutes to an hour before you're due to exit the yacht. There's some reminders in here about how we like the boat left. Let us know if you have refueled. In the joining instructions, there's some details about the new requirements for refueling at MDL, so please do make sure that you follow those. Let us know if you've used the dinghy or if you've changed the gas, and then let us know if you've got any losses, breakages, damages or defects on your yacht. Just pop those in there. We do like to know about any defects so that we can make sure that we can fix them. And then once you're happy with that, a little signature. So when you're coming up to the office, you will we'll also work through all of your paperwork with regard to your security deposit and any additional paperwork that we've asked you to bring. If you need any optional extras, please, we do ask that you've ordered these in advance to make sure that we have them ready for you. Otherwise, and paid for in advance. Otherwise, we can sort those out while you're in the office and make sure that you've got everything and all the paperwork's taken care of.
Okay, so when you finish with Alex in the office, done your paperwork, when you come down to the boat, go on the boat and go to the red Bible first, which will be on the chart table, and make sure you go through all of the inventory to check that everything is there, paying special attention to what's written in red, because that is your safety equipment. Once you're happy with everything, then you can give the office a call and one of us will come down for you to sign the paperwork and to answer any of your questions, or anything you cannot find that's on the inventory, we will find for you. So if you've got any questions, then we can answer all your questions and also give you tips on the best way of taking the boat out from the berth.
Welcome aboard Southpoint II. Here at the chart table, inside, you will find relevant files. You have the safety file, you have the ship's information file, which contains manuals of all different types of equipment on board. And you have the ship's papers file. This contains all the certificates that are required for this vessel. It also contains the compass deviation card details. To make life easy, we have a short list. It's the certificate, expiry dates and contact details. These are all the items within this file. Certificates dates are valid from, and expiry dates, and whether they're up together, which they obviously are. And then these are contact details for the various certificates. Okay, so on top of the chart table we have various information. You have charter information, you have the safety kit information of where items are stored, you have the through hull fitting details and locations of where the hull fittings are, you have an item procedure list, you have the sea start information, you have a list for the switchboard. You also have an inventory list, a copy of that on board. And you have the VHF information details. This switch is for your main batteries. Currently horizontal, which means to say the batteries are off. Turn into the vertical, which brings the main batteries online, domestic, and your engine battery, as you can see. In this boat we have a bow thruster individual switch. So at the moment, horizontal, it's off. Vertical, it's on. Remember to have this on whilst manoeuvring the yacht in the marina, etc. Just forward of the chart table, underneath the saloon seating, there is the battery bank. You have the engine battery and the 3 domestics. Should the engine battery fail or be discharged, there is a key here that you can turn at 90 degrees in order to bring the domestics online with the main starter battery, which will enable you to start the engine. There is detailed instructions here, but we advise if you have any problems to call the office first. At the switchboard, there are obviously various switches. The main one is being the shore power. Currently the shore power is not on at the moment or connected, but once connected this light will be lit. With the light lit, you can then turn on the immersion heater for your hot water. You have the RCD for the shore power. You also have a 240 socket, and there is extension cable on board. You have a 12 volt socket with the USB charging and 2 12 volt cigarette type chargers. Here you have the switches to the batteries, the motor battery and the domestic. You have the water tank levels forward and aft. You have the anchor light, you have the steaming light, you have the navigation lights, you have the deck light, you have the cabin lights. These are in two halves, so if one fails, the others are still working. You have the instrument lights for on deck, you have the log and speed switch, you have the VHF switch, you have the anchor window switch, you have the electric build switch, you have the water pump switch, and because this yacht has 3 heads, you have 3 shower pumps, 1, 2 and 3. There's no heating on board this particular vessel. This is the fridge switch, and this is the 12-volt switch for your sockets. You have a tricolour switch, and you have the VHF booster switch for the TV. In the galley area, just forward of the sink, is this cabinet here, and on there is the gas shut-off valve in locker sticker. On opening the cupboard, you can see the valve. Once horizontal, the gas is off. The vertical position, it's on. There's also a valve at the gas bottle on the regulator that ideally is switched off at all times until use. In the starboard side aft cabin is the fuel valve. Once horizontal, it's on. Turning vertically to turn it off. In the port side aft head, you will see the water valve. In the vertical position, the water is feeding from the aft tank. In the forward position, it's feeding from the 2 tanks in the bow. In the port side aft cabin, you'll find access to the engine and the oil level stick, which is there. You will see the automatic fire extinguisher, you will see the water header tank there, and you will see the water filter there. In the starboard side aft cabin, you will also find access to the engine bay, and you will also see down there the brown stick, which is the oil level stick for the gearbox. Please note, before topping up any of the levels, please contact the office first. To start the engine, place the key in the ignition barrel. Turn the key to the 4 o'clock position and hold until you hear the engine start. Then release. Check that there's water coming out of the exhaust. To stop the engine, you turn the key back to the 10 o'clock position and you wait for the res counter to stop. To turn the bow thruster on, ensure that the switch is turned on, which is located below the chart table as previously mentioned. Using the 2 fingers on the on switches, press. You will see an orange light displayed. This means that the bow thruster is on. To go to port, press the red arrow and hold. To go to starboard, press the green arrow. To turn the bow thruster off, press the off button. Please note that the bow thruster switch has a 3-minute timer. This means that if the bow thruster is not used within the 3 minutes, it will turn itself off. This is particularly important when manoeuvring within marinas. Please also note that in heavy winds the bow thruster can be useless. The bow thruster is a docking aid and should not be relied on. Southpoint II has a fully battened main. It has 3 reefs. All reefs lines feed back to the cockpit coach roof and all are detailed. Reef 1, 3, you've got your main and you've got your spinnaker halyard. You got your uphaul, reef 2, your outhaul and your vane. The Genoa has a furling system which feeds back to the cockpit. In order to pull the Genoa in, you pour across here. Please do not use the winch at any time, as this should not be needed. If there is any major resistance on the Genoa, something's wrong with the furling system. Please drop the Genoa if you're having difficulty onto the deck and make secure, and then call the office. The remote is normally located in the cabinet underneath the chart table, as shown on the inventory list. Click the remote, ensure the windlass switch is on down below, as mentioned previously. Plug the unit into there and set your anchor, removing your anchor pin that has a captive lug. On setting the anchor, as you see, press down, button down. To raise the anchor, press up. Like so. The windlass can be operated by the remote, up and down, or by using the tube handle manually. Please remember, if you have any questions or any problems arise, please telephone the office. It's only a phone call away.